What is going on, guys? This is Days, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be teaching you some basic Roblox scripting and also how to make your first GUI. And this isn't going to be like using a UI library or anything, so it's not going to be overly complicated. There's a lot of tutorials for this, but I think I can probably make a better one than all the noobs out there. So, if you're ready for this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more great content just like this. Alrighty, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and start making our GUI. So, in the Explorer, the object you're going to want to look at is Starter GUI, and my dog's going insane. So, if we click on Starter GUI, hit the plus button, and then hit this Screen GUI right here, and we're just going to call this First GUI, and then make a frame. I'm going to rename it to Background, because that's what it is. It has everything in it, so I'm going to call it the background. Put it in the center of the screen. Actually, no, resize it first to your liking. So I'm going to use 250 by 250. Another way to change your size is by going over here. I'm going to make this a bit bigger so you guys can see it easier. You can go here and change the size to like 300. That changes the x-axis, and then this one changes the y-axis, which x is horizontal. This is x horizontal. If you guys have taken a basic math class, you should know this, but I'm here for those of you who are like five years old and have never grasped something in math before. So yeah. And then this is the y-axis, or the vertical axis. Okay, let's put that back in the center of the screen. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and click on our background, and we're going to hit the plus button again, and we're going to make a text label. Name it title. To rename something in Studio, it's F2, or you can right click on it, like that. But we're going to use keyboard shortcuts because it's easier, and that's a good programming practice, is to just know your keyboard shortcuts, because they do come in handy, I promise. And then we're going to change our background because no one likes light theme anymore. That's like so 2010. Alright, now let's go ahead and also get rid of the border size pixel. I really don't like it very much, so I'm just going to take it out. So this is what our UI looks like now from that ugly white one. So this is actually a lot cleaner. And we're also going to add a few more things to it. We're also going to add a text button. And we're going to call it, there's going to be a name ESP in here eventually. So we're just going to call this name ESP. And then we're also going to color it the same way as the rest of the UI. And I guess I'll keep the border size pixel on this one, but I am going to change the color so it looks like this. And yeah, I'm digging this design a bit. I mean, normally I would put more buttons on here, but I just need to show you guys one. So I'm going to call this name ESP. All right, so inside of here, before we make a name ESP, let's just show you guys how to make a basic script. So plus local script, and then we're going to keep this, but we're going to add something to it. Script.parent.mouse button one click, and there's autocomplete, so you just hit tab, :connect, function. And then hit that, and then you can cut this and paste it. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Alrighty, so here is our basic script. So this line is basically checking for an event, which is you left-clicking the button like this. That's your event, and then it's connecting that to a function that runs the script. And also note, a function like this only has end, no extra parenthesis. As you guys can see, there is no, you don't put an end parenthesis on a function like this. There are some where you do have to do this, or where you do have to do that, but for these types, you don't do that, but for these ones, you do. Alrighty, let's go ahead and test out this script. Sometimes you're gonna need to commit a script under, I think it's called drafts, but I don't have that. It just depends on the game, I guess. Some games will make you go to your drafts and then commit each of these scripts. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I don't have to do that though. So we're just gonna go and hit play, which is I think Shift F5. Let me check. I'm not too sure what it is. No, I think it's F3. It might be F3. All right, so we're gonna hit F9, which is our debug console. And as you guys can see here, we don't want any of this stuff. We don't need to worry about this. We just need to look at log. And also your debug console is not gonna normally look like this. It's gonna look a bit different on games, but on your own games, this is what it'll look like. And if it's set to server, set it to client. We're not working with server scripts. We almost never work with server scripts when it comes in exploiting. Most of our hacks are client-sided, so definitely keep this on client. And then we're gonna hit name ESP. As you guys can see, every time I'm clicking it, it says hello world, which is exactly what I wanted this script to do. Great. Let's make something a little bit more advanced before we add the name ESP script in here. Local counter equals 0. So we're gonna make a script that counts to 100. All right, and then we're gonna make a while loop. While counter is less than 100, do, and then counter equals, I don't think you can do counter plus plus in this language. No, you can't. So counter equals counter plus 1, and then print counter. Wait 0.1. I made a mistake right there. All right, so this should be our entire script. So since I don't need to commit, I can just go ahead and play again. Let me get the bind real quick. Oh, it's just F5. So you just hit F5, not Shift F5 or anything like that. It's just F5 to start the game. All right, F9 again, so you can open up the developer console and then hit name ESP. And as you guys can see, it is actually counting all the way to 100. And as soon as this thing stops going, I'm gonna scroll down. As you can see, it's updating it live. I could probably make it where it shows up instantly just by changing the wait interval. So why don't we do that? I'm pretty sure that if we take this wait statement completely out, it's gonna lag the game, or it's gonna crash or something, because I know how while true do loops without a wait function will crash your game. So let's try that. Let's see how that goes. See, as you can see, it's updating a lot faster now. But let's try to make it instantaneous. Let's see what happens if we actually take the wait statement out in this specific script. It might just freeze for a second at worst. Oh no, it actually worked this time. So if you guys look right here, it's gonna do it like instantly. Watch. As you guys can see, it's basically doing it instantaneously. I scroll down and it's done, and just like that. So it just depends on the way you write your scripts, but if you write them incorrectly, if you do while true do end just like that, that is a big no-no. You don't do this in Lua. This will crash your entire game no matter what you're on. So this is a crasher basically. You don't want to do that. So this script will work fine, but depending on the script, using this statement can crash your game, but it looks like for us it'll be fine. So let's go ahead and get an actual script in here that we can put into Synapse and actually run and, like, you know, cheat with. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this from a sample script I used earlier. And this is just a really shitty name ESP that I basically took from Xenon a long time ago. So I don't care if you guys look at this source. I don't use this on my scripts. And they put semicolons in here. You don't actually need to do this in Lua. So whoever wrote this was being way too extra. You don't need semicolons in a Lua script at all, really. So you can commit this again, and I'm gonna rename this to script, or script, just script, because I don't really know what else to call it. So because the name of the script is right here, I don't need to put name ESP on the actual script if it's already right here. So I'm just gonna call this script. In the future, when you have a bigger GUI, you may want to also name this the same thing as this, but since this is just a single script GUI, it's okay. So the next thing you're going to want to do is get a plugin called GUI to Lua Converter. I will be leaving a link to that in the description. But since I already have it installed, it'll be in your plugins tab, and then you click on this. And as you guys can see here, it asks me, oh, here's a change log of some stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and click on first GUI, as it says select a GUI object, and it says select whether to convert scripts and module scripts. So you wanna make sure that scripts is set to Y. If you're making server-sided GUIs, make sure that this is set to Y. Since I don't have any module scripts, I don't really think it matters. So we're gonna go ahead and hit convert. And we're gonna hide the menu somehow. Oh, maybe I can't. Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't know what crack they were on, but there we go. All right. So they actually made this a bit more convenient for us. And they changed the fake script a little bit. And they've also improved the way the code works, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and rename this to something else. We're just gonna call this name ESP. And we're also gonna call this name ESP. And then we're gonna go up here a little bit, take this out, because we don't really need it. Actually, we might want to keep properties in here, because it's just convenient. And also, we're gonna add a couple things to this, so that way it's actually draggable in games. Okay. So, another good thing to also add is actually you don't need to put that in a local variable. You just change this to game::get_service core GUI. So now this is actually going to go in the Roblox core GUI, not the game player GUI. This is good for a couple reasons. Number one, it helps avoid game detection that check for new objects in the player GUI. So it first of all bypasses that. Second of all, it won't disappear when you reset your character without changing a variable. So this is an easier way to do it. So yeah, it's good for a bunch of different reasons. So I would highly recommend changing this from player GUI to core GUI. It just makes things a lot better, in my opinion. And then I'm just gonna put some credits up here on the top. My first Roblox Lua GUI. And then made by, you could put your name here, but I'm gonna put mine, Ooh for Days. Hashtag 5780 on Discord. Okay. And now we can just go ahead and copy this and paste it into Synapse or whatever exploit you want. This should work on any exploit. This isn't exclusive to Synapse. Synapse functions will come later. Way later in a series like this. Alright, attach. And execute. As you guys can see, it popped up. I can drag it around now, and it's got quite a bit of life. So there's going to be nothing in the debug console, well, except for all these errors, because Phoenix Science sucks dick at scripting. No offense. So we're going to go ahead and hit name ESP as soon as I spawn in. It doesn't matter, but when I spawn in, I hit name ESP. As you guys can see, there's now the player's username on top of them. This is a really nice feature because this can tell where people are and who they are, where they are. And some bitch is playing music in my game, and I'm probably gonna get a copyright strike now. Thank you. And I'm pretty damn sure this works on pretty much every game. I don't think this is exclusive to just Strucid. But yeah, this is a really basic ESP script that you guys can use on Strucid. And I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It'll work in a pinch. Oh, I just got wrecked, but let's try this in another game to see if it works. I want to see if it works on just Strucid or if it works on other games as well. Phantom Forces would be interesting to see if it works. And Arsenal is playing the video. I mean, to be honest, it's less obnoxious than the other video where it was like, hey, you, summertime is finally here, and it's about to get intense. Yeah, it's more annoying. It's less annoying than that video. So, you know what? I gotta give Arsenal credit. Execute, name ESP, and just like that, we have a working universal name ESP. I know it looks a bit weird on teammates, but you can add checks for that to make it go away on certain players. But for now, we're just gonna go with this. See if we can wreck some noobs before I, you know, end the video. You got any new players? Oh, I just got wrecked. Never mind. Let's see if we can get an MLG 360 no scope. There we go. We got ourselves a railgun, I think. This is like a futuristic shotgun. I tagged that guy for like 45. This is like a paintball gun with infinite ammo. Oh no, no it doesn't. No it doesn't. Shoot. I died. I'm gonna move this GUI somewhere else. Oh no, it doesn't have an ammo counter. It literally doesn't have an ammo counter. Alright. Well, that's going to be the end of the video, and that's how you guys make a super basic Roblox GUI. If you guys would like more videos in a series like this, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any more uploads. Especially, I'm sure you don't want to miss out on like another episode of this series, so definitely be sure to have notifications on so you don't miss out on any of those future videos that might come to this series based on feedback. Alright, with all that said, that's it. That's the end of the video, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Peace out.